But then there's the other side of the coin. Well, why would he be fucking underage girls and whatever stuff? Now, I wish I had the video that's on Twitter going around. Let me see if I can find it real quick because I couldn't earlier. But Jay's own man said he had a adult relationship. Rakim M. Let me see if I can find it. Rakim M. Twitter. Let me see if I could see. Because there's a video on Twitter. I'm gonna play a different one. Matter of fact, because there was a gentleman that knew Jay that was saying that he never had, a real adult relationship like that, and that he always had dealings with underage girls or just teenagers, really, right? Girls that weren't necessarily developed in their 20s and things like that. Now, the only girl that was documented at the time in the 2000s that Jay was messing with that was of age, that was about 20 years old, was Aaliyah. Aaliyah was 20 years old in the 2000s, the year 2000, I should say, when they started dating. So I know Nikki is putting out the picture of Aaliyah being 15, 16, 17. No. She was 20 years old when she was dating Jay. Before that, she was with R. Kelly. At 15, 16, 17, she was with R. Kelly. 14. Excuse me. Actually, no. Between the ages of 13, I believe, and 17, she was with R. Kelly. So, actually, no, 13 and 18, excuse me. Between the ages of 13 and 18, she was with R. Kelly. I believe her and Kells broke up at 18, while she was 18, 19, and then she started dating other people in the industry as well as JayZ in 2000. So, yeah, that's the actual timeline for Aaliyah. Now, as far as other women that we know are documented by him, are Foxy Brown. And I played some clips of Foxy Brown, but I'll play just a couple here.
Game for briefly, a little brief time, actually in it, but you've been listening to hip hop your entire life, and I'm sure you'll agree that female MCs a lot of times didn't get their props, but now in 96, you know what I'm saying, it's on. You got yourself.
Yeah, the ladies, I think, 96.
Yeah, the ladies. All right, you heard it here first, 1996, right. 97. Yeah, the ladies. Why is 98. That? Why is it now, though?
Why now?
Why now?
I don't know. I think females are just like not having it this year. It's like more flavor. Not to say that they didn't have flavor back in the days, but everybody is just, I don't know.
Hip-hop, but hip-hop used to treat females like second-class citizens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she can ride, whatever, but she can't head the bill, you know what I'm saying?
I think more so because they don't think that females can hang with males, or either it was stereotypical, like you had to be the hardcore hoodies, Timbs, fatigue, you had to be hard, or you weren't trying to get noticed. Right. So now we're adding more class, sex appeal, sassiness back to hip hop. So it's starting to recognize now.
Go on with the skills. That's what I'm saying. It's skills and sassiness hit record. That's all it equals. 1996, 97, yeah, well, I'm glad to see the year of the female. I rather watch y'all than, I ain't gonna front you, my man. I'd rather watch you or any day. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, though. I mean, keep playing. I'll make sure your videos run. Keep running, but I'm gonna be watching some Foxy. Look at it.
Now, Foxy herself was 18 years old at the time of this interview. So she would have been technically of age, right? 18 years old. But JayZ, however, in 1996 was 27. So someone that was almost 30 years old was dating someone that was 9, 10 years their senior. Right? Now, Ain't No Nigga came out in 96. I believe the record might have been recorded late 95, which means she was 17 when the record was actually recorded. So now, you ask yourself, well, was she really a teenager and all this other stuff? Well, I'll let Oskino tell you.
Well, I mean, what's coming?
Now, brief introduction to Oskino. Oskino is a member of State Property, Rockefeller Records, back in the early 2000s. Oskino was heavily around Jay and Dame, especially Dame. So Oskino would know things.
Back up is Foxy Brown. She was still in high school.
But she said she didn't happen. So like, I mean,
She said she didn't happen, but she did say that he would pick her up from high school to take her to the studio when the
but let me say
Ain't
this,
No
though.
record came
I don't
out.
know if you know. I don't know where you was at back in the '80s or the early '90s, Vlad. But my neighborhood, every girl that was bad, at 16 and 15, 17, had old head boyfriends. They had the Benzes, the big ropes, so on, and wasn't frowned upon. It was just regular. That's how it went. So you know what I mean, so like the time era back then. Not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying the time era back then. If he was doing that, it was cool to do back then. And like now it's everybody politically correct and you can't do that stuff. But I know even when I was a young boy, I had my little girlfriends. They all had an old head boyfriend that they was messing with. You know what I mean? Like they old head boyfriend. They just buy them clothes, don't really take them somewhere, whatever stuff you can't do, and they mess with you. It's for real. I mean, but that's just how I went. I mean, but now this world is like, you know what I mean? You got to be, can't do.
And I had said this before on the pod, that back in the day, and not even in the 80s, hell, the 90s, even I want to say early 2000s, close to late 2000s, not 2020s, of course, but 2010s. That was a regular thing. It wasn't something that was even frowned upon until later, or the days of now, I should say, until Gen Z, you could say, right? The new millennials, I want to say, not Gen Z, the millennials, you want to say. It didn't become an actual frowned upon thing until now. But it was always wrong. Let me also be on record in saying that. It was always wrong. For example, I told you guys about how the high schoolers, even the kids that, matter of fact, the kids that had graduated, some of them had even graduated, they were 18, 19 years old. They were still going up to the junior high school to pick up the 13 going on 14s, right? Guys that were in our high school that were, 16, 17, were talking to the 12 and 13s in junior high school. That was a regular thing. And what he's talking about even further down the line of the 16 and 17-year-olds in high school that were talking to the guys that were 20, almost 30 years old, that was also a regular thing. But there was the exception, or should I say there was a thing where if you were of a certain age, so 16, 17 with a 23, say 24-year-old, cutting close. Because when you get past that 25, 26, it's like, all right, my nigga, what are you doing? You're almost 30 years old now. What are you doing with a 17-year-old? Well, what's going on here now? So someone that's 27 at the time, JayZ, in 96, is dating someone that is, again, 9 years their senior, 17, 18 years old. Raises the eye a little bit, doesn't it?
Stuff like that, but that's how I always went. So if they compare this today's era with, if he did that with Foxy Brown back in the day, it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean, she's not saying anything happened. They were just...
Plus, he put her on. She got on.
Well, and she kind of put him on, too, because that was his first hit song.
Yeah,
You really think about it.
Yeah,
that was on the
crazy.
Nutty Professor soundtrack.
Yeah,
You really think about it, like, Dead Presidents was like a cool street record. It was an underground record.
That song right
Stretch
there.
and Bobbito, played it, in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
All the hip-hop heads loved it. But the Ain't No record, that was a
that's
hit
what I know.
song.
That's what I know, JayZ. That's the first time I met JayZ.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That got into Philly, got into LA, got into Miami. That's that record that was the first hit. And
she
Foxy,
was spitting. She was fucking spitting on that shit, yo. Like
Foxy was on that
that
record.
song was unbelievable. Like when it came out, that shit was unbelievable. That shit was like unbelievable. That shit was
Shout out
crazy.
to Jazzo, who produced it and did the hook.
Oh, Jazzo did. He did.
Yeah, I mean, he did the male version of the hook.
Is him and JayZ cool now?
I mean, I interviewed him a few years ago. I
just
mean,
feel like if
they're cordial.
I'm saying, if you name yourself after somebody,
Yeah.
it seems like if I name myself Vlad or something like VLD and my name
VLD or something.
You know what I mean? Like, so you would think I would pay homage to you. You know what I'm saying? I say like, well, Vlad, listen, I'm named after you for real. Because like, I always used to wonder why JayZ named JayZ. His name's Sean Carter.
Named after Jazzo, yeah. So, he was named after Jazzo. And look, we talked about it. They were cool because remember like the Originators 99 or something. And I think what.
Okay, so before he gets too far off topic, one other clip would be Dame Dash getting a little bit uncomfortable when Nick Cannon would ask him about Foxy Brown.
At what age was Foxy Brown signed?
I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
Yeah, but that's.
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know
Stop
you.
putting
I'm
me in
just
that.
asking a
You keep asking
question.
because I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody. I don't know
You the
about
boss.
that.
I'm just asking a question.
I don't know. My name is Cousin Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Oh, now you ain't in it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You was. I'm just saying.
I promise you.
I thought Foxy was like 16. That's all I'm saying.
What that, did I sign her? It sounds like you.
All I'm saying
it sounds
is
like
in this industry.
Remember when I said earlier about Dame will dance around something? He's a very honest person, so before he tells you the truth, he'll dance around it. He didn't want to say there at all. Yeah. She was 16. He didn't want to say it at all. He just danced around it. He said, well, I'm saying no, I didn't sign her.
When we live
It
in
seems,
glass
like
houses.
it seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him. So when you say that Foxy was 16 when she got signed, why did you say that just now? Just curious.
When I first was introduced to who Foxy was, I thought there was something between Foxy and Jay.
Oh, you got Jay. But that's the question you're trying to ask me. Oh,
I would say because you was there. I only can ask the people. You my man. We close. You was there. That's all I was asking.
It would be so out of my character to speak on another man's business.
So we not gonna do that because we don't want you to speak out of character.
This is back in the day footage of Foxy and Jay at home.
Stop sweating, man. Buy a camera. I ain't buy an album.
Very young teenage Foxy Brown. And there's Jay in the jersey.
Representing 142. Alright.
Now, of course, there's Kareem Biggs Burke in the back as well. So it's not like there isn't. And you've heard about Fox even talking about them being in the Lexus, the all white Lexus back in the day. Oh, I didn't get that one. Okay, hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is what I was looking for. The footage of Miss Foxy speaking on the relationship with JayZ just a little bit more in depth. A little bit more in depth. Not too in depth. It's only a minute long. But this is an actual clip of her talking about her age. Now, of course, I don't think it's the same situation where Little Kim was forced to lie about her age. But, you know. Told you, they tried to shut me down. Like, my player stopped working. My microphone was literally glitched. The line was just stuck. I was like, yo, they're really trying to get me. They really trying to get me out here. Like, even the media player is kind of frizzy right now. All right, here we go. Oh, wait. What just happened? Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. All right, you know what? I'll just play the YouTube one. It's fine. I already have it pulled up. Except you can't stop me, Jay.
Was I shocked when Jay said the line in Picasso Baby? Yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music, and we know how this business works. We sit back and we laugh at those rumors.
Now she's talking about the lyric in Picasso where he says, "I never stuck my cock in the fox's box."
When Jay said the line in Picasso Baby, yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music, and we know how this business works. We sit back and we laugh at those rumors. We laugh at that. I think he began to feel the pressure because people were saying my age, the age thing. She was 15, 14. She was 15, 14. And after a while, that gets to a person. The Jay I know, the Sean I know, never comes out of character. So when Jay...
So, he's always tried to deny, not necessarily deny, he's always tried to dance around, once again, the fact that Foxy Brown was a young teenager when they were dealing with each other. And as you heard from Foxy, you know, he's always tried to keep quiet about that type of, he's always tried to, you know, remove himself from that whole situation as far as, you know, them actually dating at such a young age, dating her at such a young age. So he had to say something. Similar to what he did on Trouble, the record Trouble, where he rapped about Free. He never had a baby by Free. Like I said, Jay has always put what's going on as far as the rumors in him concerned. He's always put it in record. He's always put it in record. So I'm not going to be surprised if there's a JayZ album that's going to be made off of this, just so he can try to get, you know, his name out of some of these things. Because that's how JayZ's always done it. If we're talking about, you know, even back then with Not Guilty, the record Not Guilty, which was ironically with R. Kelly, Jay did a record called Not Guilty, Jigga Not Guilty, where at the time he was going to court over the alleged stabbing of Aunt Rivera. Jay has always put what's going on with him in the music. So at the time, the rumors were going around, or not even the rumors were going around, people were talking heavily around the time of the Magna Carta album. People were talking about when Foxy was very underage dating JayZ. Also, the reason people were talking about it was because, and I played this on the documentary, the reason, well, I can't play it here, of course. It's actually very hard to find, now that I think about it. The clip of Foxy Brown giving detailed information of them riding around in Lexus, him buying her pizza and things like that, you know, recording Ain't No Nigga. But how she would fantasize about those, you know, those rides in the white Lexus, and how, you know, even how you heard in the other interview with Oskino, how he used to pick her up from high school. But it doesn't stop there. There were other women. Hear from Dogface.
Let me back up to Aaliyah real quick, man. I know probably a lot of people.
I was trying to avoid that conversation, but come on.
I know, man, but this one, you know, we can leave this in, and we ain't got to, man.
No, leave all that shit in. Why did Mace leave? Because of all the debauchery, all the devilish and sinful shit. It wasn't just because Diddy was an asshole. Diddy trying to fuck on that boy.
R. Kelly allegedly told his girlfriend one day that he had slept with Aaliyah's mom when Aaliyah fell asleep.
JayZ name was fucking Foxy Brown. She was 15.
Our parents basically selling their souls for their kids to experience fun.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna kind of keep it in New York real quick, man, because I'm about to bring up two New Yorkers, or one former New Yorker, Aaliyah and Foxy Brown. Just walk with me.
Aaliyah from Detroit.
She's from Detroit, but she was born in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but they don't look at her like she's a Brooklynite. She's a Detroiter.
Right.
Simple as that. You ain't finna take her.
You know what's crazy?
You ain't finna like that,
no.
nice try though.
I say when I bring this up, I'm pretty sure he gonna say something about her being from Detroit. I know she's from Detroit.
Yeah.
All right, but check it out though. Look, so Aaliyah and Foxy Brown like damn near like the same age, man. You know what I'm saying? Both was born in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And both got into the industry young, and both worked with older men who were rumored to be sleeping with young girls at this time. So my question to you, bro, is
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is think about Foxy Brown. JayZ name was fucking Foxy Brown when she was 15. That's just a further example of the pedophilia and all this so strange ass behavior going on around here, man. Foxy Brown was fucking, she was 15 years old, and them grown niggas was fucking on her, Mafia, without no reservation. Think about it. Because people talk about the R. Kelly Aaliyah thing because Foxy Brown never presented herself like a victim. Foxy Brown was just a fast ass hoe. And she was street bitch. But Foxy Brown was really a victim of the New York niggas. She's really a victim. When you think about Foxy Brown, Kamora Lee Simmons, all them pervert old freak ass New York niggas was able, if they wasn't gay and raping little boys and molesting little boys, they was fucking on little girls, bro. And everybody know it. But see, New Yorkers don't want to admit it because of that New York pride. You New York niggas, not you, but you New York niggas, y'all are the freakiest niggas on the faces of this planet. I don't want to hear about no San Francisco. I don't want to hear shit about no Atlanta. In New York niggas, Atlanta wasn't known as a gay city. You know it wasn't.
Hey, that's a valid point, man, about that freakiness.
They brought that freaky shit from New York with them and set it up and starred. You want to be a star? That you want to be star shit, they brought that. Oh, you want to be a star? A proverbial casting couch. The New York executives brought that freaky shit down to Atlanta and turned Atlanta into a gay mecca.
Man, how you think these sexual predators are able to navigate through the music industry so easily, though?
Because it's a fraternity and sorority of pedophiles, rapists, child molesters, and overall freak type ass, tree jumping, bushwhacking ass niggas. That's how. Because they turn the other cheek. Like the Epstein files. Why do you think the Epstein files haven't in total? Because there's so many powerful names. So why do you think, listen, the shit that Biggie, that the cocksucking ass, Diddy, that wasn't no secret. Remember, the reason why Mace got the fuck away from him. We now know through the Mace and Cam show. Shout out to Mace, Cam, my man Maurice Claret. Shout out to all them boys. Mace got the fuck. We didn't understand why would Mace leave. He was the superstar on Bad Boy. Biggie was gone. Why did Mace leave? Because of all the debauchery, all the devilish and sinful shit. It wasn't just because Diddy was an asshole. Diddy trying to fuck. He trying to fuck on that boy. Damn. And Mace was like, hey, no. Mace, listen, Mace saw so much crazy shit. He went to become a pastor. That wasn't no, see, motherfuckers get this shit mixed up. Mace is from Harlem, bro. I had Mace first mixtapes while I was in prison. Mace used to rap about selling dope, heroin, and fucking niggas up. Mace wasn't no shiny suit ass nigga. Puffy turned Mace into a suit and tie ass, horse and carriage ass nigga.
So, all right. So before he gets too far off the topic, well, not necessarily. Let's actually stay on that topic of JayZ and Diddy, shall we? Because Gene Deal had a, so also the documentary, I want you guys to look when you get a chance. I played the clip of Matthew Knowles. Bun B told a story about Matthew Knowles pulling him to the side in the studio with Pimp C and saying, please don't fuck my daughter. This is documented. Matter of fact, I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll do that one because I think I got that one here. I believe I have that one here. Where you at, bud? Where you at, bud? You know what? Let me put this in. Yeah, I'll do this. Give me 1 second. Because I didn't plan on showing this one. Yes, they don't have the actual. Yeah, they don't have the actual footage. This was just the audio clip of it.
What it is and what it ain't, I'm gonna tell y'all what I think. Man, there's a video, man, that does surface, man, with dogs out here. Yeah.
Hold on.
So, you know, and he, so, you know.
Hold on. Here it goes.
Want to break into cybersecurity?
Here it goes.
The JayZ verse to be of equal value to him. So let's just break this bread and be done with it. Pimp and Jay.
The million, they should give it.
Where is it? Hold on. I got y'all. So I don't want to have to go all the way back into the damn thing. Aha, here we go.
Because none of us have ever really been this close to her as the full-fledged superstar that she is now. I think this is during the scene with the chairs. So it's like her and several other girls, and they all have these short skirts on or dresses, whatever, and they're all dancing seductively on the chair. They've got a leg up on the chair, so you can kind of see the thigh and maybe a little bit of butt if you're staring hard enough. And JayZ calls and talks to one of her assistants. If I had to guess, it would be her cousin Angie that he would have talked to, because Angie has always been the right hand to Beyonce. And he's like, yeah, how's the video going? Oh, it's going good. Are the guys there? Yeah, they're there. You know, it's them and some of their homies. And we're the only, all of the guys that are with us are the only men there. And well, let's say this. There were other men there, but they weren't straight.
Sure.
So he's like, wait a minute, how many dudes are there? And so she's like, oh, it's about 9 or 10 guys, I guess, over there. Where are they now? They're in here. They're in the soundstage. They're kind of watching, watching her film. What is she wearing? They describe the outfit, and he's like, yo, clear the room.
Wow.
So they immediately come over to us, and they kick all of us out, send us up to our dressing rooms.
Wow.
And we're told to stay there.
Wow.
Until we have to shoot.
Okay.
We're not allowed to watch Beyonce dance anymore in the video. And so I guess Beyonce gets wind of the call. She comes up, and she apologizes.
Wow.
To us for having to, I'm so sorry you guys had to leave the room, but Jason.
So if you're not following along,
not comfortable, and we're like,
JayZ pretty much was very jealous of the fact that they were shooting a video with Beyonce. Didn't even want them watching her, looking at her, anything. Said, nah, they gotta go.
No, we understand fully, right? we're like, no, it's no problem. We're happy to be here.
Right.
And from my point of view, I don't need these guys looking at my woman like this. Again, these are the very early stages of their relationship.
Right.
And so the video comes out and everything, and of course I'm blowing the smoke and it's baller. And I remember asking Hov about it. He was like, yeah, man, I'm not finna have y'all looking at my girl like that. That's it. He was like, I called. I was like, who's in there? What are they doing? And what she got on? And when I realized what she had on, y'all had to go. A funny story, though, about Beyonce, back when they were much younger, we had a recording session. This was actually the day that UGK and Fifth Ward Boys recorded Swang Wide. So there's a lot of our guys in there. There's a shit ton of Rap-A-Lot guys in the building. And Destiny's Child is recording in another room in the studio.
Okay.
And so Pimp goes in, they're like, Destiny Child over. He's like, oh, I want to meet them. They tight. He goes in and he introduces himself, and I guess Beyonce was kind of taken aback that she was meeting Pimp C. Again, this was before Destiny's Child was a worldwide phenomenon. And so he comes back in the studio, and we're recording and hanging out, and Matthew Knowles comes in, and he asks, Pimp, can I talk to you for a minute? And so they leave out for a couple of minutes, and Pimp comes in, and he's dying laughing. And we're like, what's wrong? He's like, yo, Matthew Knowles just told me don't fuck his daughter, man. Please don't fuck my daughter. And she was only like, I think 18, 19 at that. He's like, man, I don't want your daughter. She's young, man. I don't want your daughter. But it was just the point that, again, I imagine that in the moment, in their younger ages, getting to meet Pimp C, guys in the building. Yeah. And Destiny's Child is recording in another room in the studio.
Okay.
And so Pimp goes in, they're like, Destiny Child over. He's like, oh, I want to meet them. They tight. You know, he goes in and he introduces himself, and I guess Beyonce was kind of taken aback that she was meeting Pimp C. Again, This was before Destiny's Child was a worldwide phenomenon. And so he comes back in the studio and we're recording and hanging out, and Matthew Knowles comes in and he asks Pimp, can I talk to you for a minute? And so they leave out for a couple of minutes, and Pimp comes in and he's dying laughing. And we're like, what's wrong? He's like, yo, Matthew Knowles just told me don't fuck his daughter, man. Please don't fuck my daughter. And she was only like, I think 18, 19 at that. He's like, man, I don't want your daughter. She's young, man. I don't want your daughter. But it's just the point that, again, I imagine that in the moment, in their younger ages, getting to meet Pimp C, right, in the height of UGK, right, was a big deal. And she might have been taken aback a bit. And you felt concerned about losing his daughter to a rapper. And I guess that was a valid.
Felt the way about losing his daughter to a rapper, but just a year later ends up dating JayZ. Isn't that something? Year later ends up dating JayZ. (19) when she started dating Jay. So again, right? It's not new that Jay has had dealings with teens. Not even gonna say underage women, we'll say teens, allegedly, right? Not something that's new. Also not new he's jealous, right? Would have things done to people over women, right? So, another person that had something to say, real quick, on the matter would be Gene Deal, who noticed things back in the day and why they were dating.
Speaking of Jay, right, how you feel about that statement that him and his lawyer came up with?
Well, I think that his lawyer did a great job, somewhat, with the information that he had. I know people in the industry, been around for a long time, was there when he first started dating Beyonce at 17, 18, he was 30-something. You didn't know his age. When I look back and see how old JayZ was, I think JayZ was born in like 69 or 67, something like a 67 right there, 69. I think he was born in 69. Beyonce, they said she was born in 81. You understand? But back then, in 81, when we was in the club together, 98, 99, she wasn't even supposed to be in the club, but she was in the club. It was Club Eugene's. And Jay was dating her. And at that time, if you look at Jay's age, he was about 30 years old. So, isn't she still somewhat a child? To me, she is. But I guess they protect child. That's how you protect a child. You know, dating her at the age of 30-some years old, and she's 17, 18 years old. If that's her true age. We really don't know her true age because
he really started to say that's how they protect child predators. But go ahead, G.
Gabrielle Union said she went to junior high school with her, and Gabrielle Union is considered 6, 7 years older than Beyonce age that she getting. So we really don't know. You know what I'm saying? But to get back to your letter, I believe that the lawyer was doing what he did, and he threw shade at Puff in the interim of that by saying that all celebrities, you may think all celebrities are alike, you know what I'm saying? He know he's under this situation with Puff. But you got to look at this right here. They sent him a letter. Busby sent him a letter for 2 reasons, I believe. To open up the floodgate, just like that 1-800 bad boy number did, and people start calling in saying what Puff did to them. because he already had that information from that person when they first did the suit against Puff. She made those allegations back then. So he sent him a letter saying, yo, listen to me, man. Hey, let's not let this go anywhere. Pay this off and we can walk away from it. And for what we know and what we've heard, that the girl information may not be totally right. Because I know in 2000, what she just said, and me being there and around, I know the atmosphere, I know the players, and I know how we moved and how we didn't move. You understand what I'm saying? So now, I know what she said about 2000 was wrong. I don't know, I'm not talking about what actually happened to her. I can't speak on what actually happened to her, but I can speak on the atmosphere that what she spoke on and how she got there. It wasn't happening. So now, to get back, they sent Jay this letter. Jay, nah, that ain't me. Guy with his lawyers and everything. His lawyers wrote that shit up. And now he presenting to the people like he wrote it. Everybody know that if he's stealing rhymes and he's stealing bars, I know that's your man, Mighty. But you know there's a lot of bars and a lot of rhymes he done stole from people. If he's stealing rhymes and he's stealing bars, he ain't writing no letter like that for nobody and to nobody.
I mean, Jay was paying homage, man, showing respect.
Oh, okay. He was showing respect?
Yeah.
Well, I guess Tupac and Biggie showed the same respect too, right? Huh? Oh, you ain't got nothing to say about that. All right, okay. I guess Big L was showing respect too, right? I guess Cam them show respect too, huh? It's a lot of rappers, man. I guess Mace was showing respect too. It's a lot of rappers, man. They don't steal. Yo, Mighty, I'm finna blow you out the water. This nigga stole the whole song. I got 99 problems, and now he finding out a bitch is one. Come on now. He stole a whole song from Ice-T. Didn't give him the props on it. I know you're gonna cut this part out, but it's the truth. Let's get back to the letter. Now, he called the lawyer ambulance chasing and all that stuff like that. I think Tony Busby probably got a lawsuit against him now. You understand? Defamation of character, the whole 9 yards. So Jay gonna have to say, I didn't write that, my lawyer wrote that. But he came out like saying that he wrote it, like he was doing that. So he got him a defamation claim, defamation. I think Tony Busby got a defamation lawsuit against him right now. Against his character, this, that, and the third, the whole 9 yards. So as far as that letter is concerned, man, Tony Busby sent him a demand letter, award letter. All lawyers do that. He didn't go out the scope of what the information he had from representing his client. Now JayZ is sitting back, you know what I'm saying, going at him personally. Now, all this back and forth and this media stuff like that, 9 times out of 10, you usually don't find that lawyers going at each other in the media. They be doing that shit in the courtroom, but it makes for entertainment. And I guess we're being entertained by this bullcrap.
Okay, so all right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of things. So, as you heard, Gene Deal himself, you know, seen them back in the day in the clubs, and even was saying with something, yo, why is nobody saying anything about this 30-year-old man being with this teenager, pretty much, right? Same thing I just said. It's like, you know, you're 30 years old. What is your actual interest in someone that is not mentally developed there yet, even that is even on your same level intellectually, right? Let alone financially. Sounds like grooming, doesn't it? At the end of the day.